See, this is why everyone needs a Ring camera, okay? This is the perfect advertisement for that.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and we are officially at the midway point of the MLB season. So with the All-Star break here and the Home Run Derby going down tonight, let's take a look at the Jays through half the season. As they enter the break in last place in the AL East, 14 games behind the first place Orioles. But the Orioles have the third best record in baseball. But you know, they're still the wild card. The Jays are currently 9.5 out of the wild card. But it's not just the number of games that are discouraging, but also the 6 teams they would need to leapfrog to get in that is the problem. Last year, the Jays were 50-41, and it still came down to the wire for them to get one of those wild cards, meaning we're not really holding our breath on a playoff appearance this year. So if there's no playoffs, does that mean we could see one of their stars being moved? Well, there's some interesting odds on FanDuel when it comes to Vladdy and Bo. When it comes to Vladdy, the no, he will not be traded is -550, meaning it doesn't seem very likely. And it's similar with Bo, as it's just slightly lower at -450, meaning the odds makers expect both to remain in Toronto. These are the pillars of this Blue Jays team. It would take a lot for either of them to get moved, I'm sure. We might find there's not a ton of hockey news to go around at this point of the summer, but we actually have the best kind. Because if there's ever a story made for me, it would involve goalies, Italy, and Taylor Swift. It's like this section was written by me, except it wasn't. It was written by another girl who loves all those things, Julia Teixeira. Some of our favorite goalies were in attendance last night when the Eras Tour stopped in Milan. The King himself was in attendance last night at the San Siro, and while he said his kids definitely know more lyrics than him, he also said it was a great show. Yeah, obviously. And while Henrik gave us just a small review, there was another Hall of Fame goalie in attendance in Milan, who is known for his Twitter antics. Yeah, Bobby Lou was in the crowd. And although it didn't look like his seats were quite as good as Henrik's, which is tough, but you know, them's the breaks with the stadium tour. Like his tweets wondering if they were ants. No, they're backup dancers. That's just gold, Jerry. And even though seats weren't exactly VIP quality, it still sounded like he enjoyed the show. And it's important that we get all the hockey bros out to the show so they can tell all the other ones that it's worth a dime, okay? She puts on a show. We've been saying. I myself will be attending my very first Era show when she comes through to Toronto. I'm very excited. Taking my niece, it's gonna be a time. Unfortunately, I got roped into the All Too Well package, okay? That was a couple months rent, I think. Damn. Okay, let's switch over to my true love for a second, and that is video games. Although we did just come off a section talking about Italy, Taylor Swift, and goalie, so maybe this whole show is about me. But this is officially the week. EA Sports College Football 25 will be released Friday. And for those who really couldn't wait and paid the extra $30 for the deluxe edition, well, they're playing today. It feels good to have a little early access, you know? And what's 30 bucks? Dinner? Now, one of the best things about the return of this game is all the old heads that are just returning back to video games in general after taking the last decade or so off. For those unaware, the last college football game came out in 2014 and then went on hiatus for over a decade due to lawsuits regarding name, image, and likeness. Well, all that's been settled now thanks to NIL and college sports, meaning the players in this year's game are actually getting compensated, which also means fans of the game are getting something they've been wanting for years. Real names of real players in the game. You know what? It's fine. Sometimes you gotta wait to get the things you want in this world. But my God, look how hard the kicking is. I'm going for it every fourth down. Now here's where things get really crazy. And that is in the return to glory mode. Because in true college football fashion, you can skip class to attend parties. And while doing this can hurt your GPA. It can also boost your social media presence, which is so perfectly true to life, I can't even tell you. But these decisions can also get you in trouble, as you could even be put on academic probation. You could even cheat on tests and get burned for it. Yeah, they're really giving you the full college experience here. But here's maybe the best part. You can go full Kevin Durant and create a burner account to defend your creative player, which is wild. They're doing it in video games. That means more people in real life are doing this. Should I get on this? Should I create a burner and gas my own self up? Or is that exactly what I would say if I already had a burner? I'm just kidding, I don't have one. Ain't nobody got time for that. This weekend, anyone and everyone was already playing the game, including LeBron James.
We don't know all that. We don't know all that. Let's go.
Here. Get out of here.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Why are you so slow? Don't come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a bullshit.
Come on now.
That's a bad, bro.
Welcome to the horseshoe.
I love it as buddy's just like, why are you going so slow? And we also had this hilarious moment as comedian Shane Gillis was destroying fellow comedian Dan Soder.
What? Still mad about it. I mean, I've thrown so many picks.
If you come back, I'll let you post sultry nudes of me.
I love that the friendly betting has already begun. We personally cannot wait for the release, but honestly, we should have just ponied up to play early today. I don't know. Yeah, cheapness is not a sense. Don't we just love when video games and sports collide like this so perfectly on the show? Yeah. Time now for our favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And you know we're coming in hot off a weekend in the summer. If we're starting this segment with a Botchy Highlight.
Wow.
Another good.
Wait, are these guys all no-nos? I don't get it. What's the deal with this? There should be a requirement to get into the tournament and you all have to be no-nos. Okay, let's switch gears now and go into the sport of paddle. And if you know nothing about this sport, that's cool because we don't know anything about it either. So let's watch this highlight and be amazed. Why do we not talk about the sport more? Also, pickleballers could never, okay? That's it for me today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow, 3 Eastern, no Pacific. That's right, we're back to our normal time. See you then.